So here we have come to almost another two more last session of this year 2025 of Cybersec Asia together with the Thailand International Cyber Week. For more details, please feel free to visit or just go and check on our official website, or so that you can just scan the QR code in the back of your badge to download and get our application as well. So today now we have an honor to welcome our next speaker. He's going to come up here on the stage and talk about electric vehicle, to talk about the cybersecurity in the electric vehicle ecosystem, Thailand's rise and an EV hub in ASEAN. This is a very interesting topic that you don't want to miss. So we have many of available seats now here at the tech stage. Please feel free and you're all invited. So now I would like to invite our speaker. He is the head of Thailand Charging Consortium and EV Charging Infrastructure Development Electric Vehicle Association of Thailand. Could you please give a big round of applause to welcome Mr. Chantakorn David Gridwitchayayarkarn ค่ะ
Yeah. Hello. Yes. Good afternoon, guys. Yes. Just simply call me Dave. Easier. Hello. Yes. Very good. Very good. Yes. Before we start the session, just wondering if any one of you guys has already switched to electric vehicle. Yes. Yes. And yes. Who else? No. That's it. Oh yeah. Good. Yeah. That's it. Just. Thanks for you guys having the Mother Earth. You can see the level of the pollution here in Thailand even is still not just much in that level, just 180 maximum something, but we consider it's very high as well. Just for your health, just pollution, just everyone had to breathe of course, the clean air, right? So these sessions, I'm going to cover the cybersecurity for for the electric vehicle ecosystem, right? So again, I'm just simply Dave. I'm from representing the Electric Vehicle Association of Thailand, so which is EVAT. So it's like a non-profit organization for electric vehicle in Thailand. So we are part of the. I get started with that. So we're going to cover especially for the landscape of the electric vehicle. You see the whole picture of how it looks and who are the players and what are you to do and what type of the threats and concerns in the electric vehicle ecosystem, right? So of course this session is just doesn't mean for how to hack the electric vehicle, but just you see the whole landscape of them, and you see how to prevent this type of the cybersecurity threat. And yes, we're going to cover the new, I could say it's the upcoming, what they have been testing in the Europe as well. It's going to be soon in Thailand for the new user journey of the plug and charge. We talked about that. Okay, so first thing first, I'll get introduction to Electric Vehicle Association Thailand. It's a non-profit organization. So we have, established in 2015. Right now it's more than 400 something for the distinct members from, of course, industry, academics, school, university, and you can see the whole logo is there for our members for this association. So you can take a look at the website for more information, right? So our goal is, of course, to promote the usage of electric vehicle, no matter what type of the links in terms of the policies. So we collected all the problem and answer and recommendation from all the members to be presented to the National EV Board, since EVAT is a part of National EV Board of Thailand as well, right? So we have the whole groups here, and yeah, I wouldn't talk that much into the detail of how the association is organized, but yeah, we covered everything, right? Of course, from the human resource development, infrastructure development, and yeah, everything. So that's what I just mentioned. So EVAT has been recognized as one of the, I could say, distinct association. So we are part of the National EV Board to, help promote the Electric Vehicle Association of Thailand. And EVAT is also a member of all the associations in the ASEAN country, right? Singapore, Malaysia, the Philippines, and we are also part of the AVIVA, which is the Asian Electric Vehicle Association. So we are also part of the EV Roaming Foundation as well, in terms of the EV roaming. In the future, not in the future, I could say it's for now, you are able to use your own apps, one app, one account to access all others charging infrastructure, which is operated by others, right? So, and just give you a big, the figures of what the government, Thai government has aimed for. So you can see the utilizations as of now, right? So in this year, which is 2025, the passenger car pickup is supposed to be around 200 something thousand, which is 30% of the whole EV sales in Thailand, which is, I could say, is like a tall order for everyone, especially for the team in Thailand. And if you see the production side, just 2025 is supposed to be around that. Yeah, 225,000, which is 10% for production in Thailand, which is, like you say, still tall. They're still far from what the government has aimed for. But of course, we work very hard with everyone to make this starting to happen, right? So this is, I could say, the most updated one. What's happened in last year, 2024? You can see the whole battery electric vehicle, which is the new sales is 96,000, which is, of course, is higher. I could say the number is the highest in ASEAN country, but still, the sales is still far from the what we call like a mature market. Right? If we talk about the passenger car, just 70,000. Just for the new sales in 2024, which is last year. And of course, you can guess by that, Thailand has been dominated a lot by, of course, Chinese manufacturer. And BYD is the most number one in sales record in Thailand. Thanks for FTA, zero import tax coming from China. So when it comes to Thailand, this the reason why they import a lot. You see that BYD has the highest record sales, 27,000 of the new BEV being sold in Thailand. And the second run-up is just MG, which is 9,000. That's it. And we talk about Tesla, just, how you say, just 4,000 something, just for new records. But yeah, you see the growth from 2020 to 2024. In 2023, is considered is the highest. It's higher. It was higher than the hybrid vehicle, and even the plug-in hybrid vehicle, and PHEV is plug-in hybrid vehicle and hybrid vehicle combined so last year. But in 2023, but 2024 is still quite slowing down because of economic and so, but still good number when compared to like an ASEAN country. If we take a look at the total accumulated numbers of electric vehicle in Thailand, more than 200,000 of BEV hitting the road as of now. If talk about passenger car, 160,000 for passenger car. Motorcycle is very low, right? So And yes, just a figure of uh, records and number of sales when compared to like ASEAN country. You see Thailand is the biggest market in ASEAN country, and we aim to be like a hubs of electric vehicle in ASEAN country as well. And there's a lot of projects going on which is initiated by Electric Vehicle Association Thailand, like EV roaming, we'll touch upon later on. Well, just a quick figure of what's happening now in Thailand in terms of electric vehicle. But if you see how the electric vehicle is connected to the whole ecosystem, you can see there are a lot of international standard being, applying to this. But of course, we are not talking about every one of the standard. But I would like to give you a brief idea of the ecosystem of the electric vehicle, and we will go to the cybersecurity in every one of them, right? So, starting from the right, of course, that's the electric vehicle. So, if you look at the picture, of course, if you go to the charging station, you get your vehicle charged, it's linked to the charger, which is you get the electricity, right, to fill up the electric vehicle. And of course, when we talk about the electricity, the charger is connected to like a distribution service operator or even the electricity providers, which is of course it might be the renewable, but it's electrically linked between the chargers and the power grid cutout. So when we talk about power grid, this is another story for the cybersecurity for the electric power grid, right? We not touch upon that, but we will more on the cybersecurity for this particular ecosystem, right? So the most important player for the ecosystem is what we call like a CPO, which is charge point operator, who is taking care of the charging station, and they will look after the charging station. And of course, this is a link. These are open protocols being linked between the chargers and the charge point operators here. And another important for the company who take care of your accounts in this ecosystem, what we call the mobility service provider. They own all your account, your credit cards, your payment channels, everything is stored here at this mobility service provider. And of course, every single country has a number of operators, right? So when it comes to the number of operators, we need someone to put them together, right? So that's what we call like a roaming hub or something, right? The roaming hub can be playing as like a postman who dispatch all the message being, transferred between even the user and the CPO and MSP and everything together is a part of the roaming hubs. And the roaming hubs can be playing as a clearinghouse as well. For example, think about like if you have like an ATM card, you can put your ATM card to any other ATM machine, which is you don't have like a bank account for that bank, right? So, but you are able to put in your ATM card and you can get money withdraw from that different type of ATM machine, which is what we call as a EV roaming, this one, right? And the communication between all the party is listed here. From the vehicle to the charger, there is an ISO this number in place. With the communication between the charger and the charge point operator, we have the open protocol in place, and we talk about that later on, but I'm not talking deeper into the detail of each of the individual protocols. And of course, MFP, we have an open charge point in the first year, and even the roaming hub as well. And for the charge point operator, is coordinated with the distribution service operators here. Of course, we have like open ADI, which is open automatic demand response, who can control your charging power, and you can put like a limit of the maximum charging power for this CPO by the usage of the open ADI or even the IETP, because it's like a alternative protocol being communicated between both of them. And TSO is more the transmission service operator. So this is a whole figure of the landscape of the EV ecosystem, right? So if you would like to see the list of the whole cybersecurity threats, so you can look at this website, which is good enough. And as of now, it's more than 1,300 which is reported to be the case of the cybersecurity threat in automotive industry. And this one project would love to mention that. So I think it is operating now, and they call it like Poncho-on Automotive. It's like a good event for kind of hacking stuff. I think it's happening now as well. It's happened in the consecutive year, and this year I think they're just working on that in Japan, even as a period of time. But there's a lot of good cases and new discovery, and somehow I saw the report is about the use like not 0 day, but it's the end day export to be used to hack like infotainment or even the console, a computer of the automotive. You take a look at this project. It's quite very informative for that. You can take a look at that. And the rest, of course, if we talk about the whole, I think this is repeated cybersecurity threat is like, of course, impersonalization, the thief of the payment-related information, man in the middle, and false data injection attacks, and denial of service. Yes, this has been happening in the EV ecosystem as of now, right? So I think we get started with this. Of course, soon we talk about electric vehicle, see how it looks. So for the electric vehicles, right, everyone knows that it's what they call like a computer on wheels, right? Since it's computers, one is you connected, for example, like Tesla, you connected to your home charger, you see it, there's an address of the vehicle, and I believe some of them, as per their own curiosity, you can take a look at that. And I use it trial as well. And of course, normally they will separate the whole domain for the infotainment and the critical system like a vehicle control kind of. And there's a special gateway to separate two domains for that. You can take a look at that. So, but for the EV, right? So in vehicle system security, BMS, or of course automatic the driver assistance system, ADAS, infotainment, and the hardware security modules. I think there's situations where, because building the electric vehicle, you need a lot of components. You have to source the component from someone else, which is quite not I could say it's quite difficult to control the security as a whole of the electric vehicle. But something you have to bear in mind is about the encrypt data and verify software integrities, right? Isolate critical system for non-essential ones, of course, which is what we call the infotainment, using the secure gateway, so what we have seen in Tesla as well. When coming to the man in the middle attacks, of course, they can modify and drop, delay the transfer, steal data, causing the critical malfunction of the car. For the vehicle-to-vehicle communication, you say it's quite far from now. You didn't see that much for, autonomous vehicle, which is, that's why I think this is upcoming scenario where we see, but as of this time, we didn't see the matter for the report for the vehicle to vehicle, but I believe it's soon to come. Even in Thailand, they started the autonomous vehicle, but just for the pilot projects only. Right. And for the 5Gs. And person who responsible for this domain is, of course, the EV manufacturer. Right. And that's what I just mentioned earlier. For the supply chain security, so they have to ensure that all components being used in your vehicle is from the supplier, which is you have tested and they are free from vulnerabilities or malicious firmware. That's the thing. That's why I'm saying even the vehicle, electric vehicle, which is they use quite less components when compared to the gasoline vehicle, but that's the most important thing, right? For the other components, and of course you have to. This is quite a standard also for Europe, for America, for the cybersecurity standards. So you can take a look at that for the list. And what they recommended is to use a real-time monitoring to innovate to detect anomalies like unauthorized access, unusual system behavior to make sure it can detect what's happening and they can isolate the whole the critical of course anomalies, right? Whether it's a critical in terms of the vehicle control or it's not critical in terms of the infotainment, right? And use the OTA update with the code signing, right? Ensuring only authenticated software installed. That, of course, the main responsible person is an EV manufacturer. So coming from the vehicle to the chargers, that's a big thing even in Thailand. So you see a lot of manufacturers of the EV charger, which is some of them they use since they have to put all the costs down as much as possible, right? So they use quite a low-cost module deployment, which is of course leading to unauthorized disclosure or credentials or Wi-Fi pre-shared keys, because normally at home, so your charger is connected to your home networks, right? So if you are able to hack the charger, so they are able to see even of course, the Wi-Fi pre-shared key, that might lead to something else when they get into your network, right? So next, for the malware injections, malicious firmware update, I think is similar to the updates. So where they have to make sure that the OTA is in place with their code signing. And since the charger is the one who send you they will send the information for the charger information, that even there's the one who get into your payment channels information based on the e-mobility service provider. That's everything is related to the personal data privacy. And of course, if they are able to control your charger, so you can twist it, all the information, even if you go for the free service as well, right? And this, for example, like an emergency vehicle, if they are able to take control of your chargers, it's going to be a pause in the service. So I think this one used to happen once in Thailand, so where the charge point operator has had to stop the charging service for quite a certain period of time. So that's why if we look to that situations where, because the electric vehicle, right, when they run out of the power in the batteries, everything has to be stopped. So think about if we need really the vehicle to be charged, like an ambulance, for fire trucks, and whatever type of the vehicle that need the power, but the charge power operator cannot do the service, so it's going to be an issue for, especially from the US attack. Injection attacks, of course, can cause overcharging and discharging. So that's what you see from the first ecosystem, right? The charger is linked to electricity provider. So since if they can control the charger, so they can play to get the charger to stop charging and start charging, which is when there is a fluctuation of the demand of the electricity, they can cause the might be the voltage stabilities and even the frequency stabilities of the electric power grid. That's another thing. This can cause. That's why I think we are not talking about the power grid cybersecurity, but we talk about the electric vehicle, which is, of course, since it's linked to electricity provider, right? So overcharging, discharging can cause the instabilities of the power grid as well. And of course, they can damage the EV. And one thing you have to bear in mind is normally the BMS or the battery management system of every single electric vehicle is the key one to control and to prevent this type of the abnormal chargings, but they can get the BMS to be damaged, right? So, and the charger is controlled, and because we talk about power grid voltage, the frequency stability, but yes, responsible person is a charge point operator, right? And another one for to protect the charger from malware, unauthorized access is another key point, especially for the home chargers, because there is a case where you can just open up the home charger and you can see the communication module. You can take up the communication module. You can see all the credentials being stored in the module of the home charger. So charger hardware security, of course, the physical access is the first way to prevent another level of the vulnerabilities for that. And the charger to EV, communication encrypted protocols follow the upcoming protocol 1511H for communication between the charger and the EV. Right? And you see there's a lot, but I could say normally in general it's kind of the security threats of the hardware being used for the charging station. Right. And next, I touch upon the user application, because normally every single electric vehicle nowadays they have their own app. So when you buy the electric vehicles, you can have the apps to control just for common operation of the vehicle, and also you can see the detail or even the payment channels for the charging. So user vehicle and the charging application is a data communication between your application and the platform to the vehicle, right? So the updates, frequent updates is required to protect user account. I think some things here, listed here is quite general protection of your personal data, right? So responsible person is, of course, the EV manufacturer, MSP, which is the e-mobility service provider, and the owner. Right? And next one, and of course, API rate limiting to prevent abuse, minimal data collections, end-to-end encryption. I think everyone is done underlying platform of the manufacturers, MSP, and for you as a EV owner, just make sure you have updated software accordingly. So next is the platform. So when we talk about platform in this ecosystem, we talk about the charge point operator, MSP, and even the hub who do the roaming integration. So it's more about like the software platform. So yeah, API rating, the firewalls and protections, I think at the regular right? Intrusion detection system, endpoint protection, audits, patch, yeah, incident report when it comes to the problem, how to respond to that situations properly. That's what to be, of course, to be responsible for the CPO, MSP, and EV manufacturer. So the final case I would like to mention about is what we call like auto charge and plug and charge, right? Auto charge is, I think, is kind of the terminologies for the user to make sure that once you get into the charging station, you can plug the connector and that's it. Everything is started automatically. You don't have to bring up the application. You don't have to scan the QR code. You don't have to do anything. Just plug it. As this simple use case is what Tesla does it, right? But there's two technologies behind that. One is auto charge, which is quite less, less secure. So normally for the auto charge, which is happening down in Thailand, normally they use like the ID of the vehicles by using the MAC address of the charger itself. For the communications of the charger, they use the MAC address as a unique identifier of the vehicle, which is, of course, not in a secure way, right? But the new technology is coming up, so I don't want to talk in detail on what type of integration technology being used, but they're more on PKI ecosystem being implemented for the charging process. So, or the server, they have to talk to each other a lot. There's a lot of process underlying, and before you can see that the vehicle is getting started, the charging getting started. So this is what we call a plug and charge. So we see it's testing now in Europe, but sooner or later for sure. I think maybe this year, you can see this year, upcoming year, you see the plug and charge coming to Asian country or even Thailand. Right, so just a point I would like to touch upon, and I think this is, the first one is quite very common, right? So when it comes to business where you have to launch the product as fast as possible to get a lot of money for that. So the shorter time you have to launch your product into the market is you might have to compromise something that what we call cybersecurity, right? And yes, another one is worth mentioning is when we thought about the EV charging business as of now, is still the business where you didn't get, return as fast as possible. So that's why the energy return, which is still quite considerably low as of now, because there's a number of the vehicles, they're not using your charging station that much, so that's why the return is not that good. So that's why there's no such investment from to strengthen the cybersecurity, right? So, but I could say, I'm not saying it's a reason, right? Because you have to take the cybersecurity as a first priorities, and of course, there's still the issue of the policy. As of even now, Thailand is working on that to set up like a policy, so everyone had to follow that. But for this one, I use this as a reference, but not happening now yet in Thailand. But they're working on that for the requirements, right? So, yep, very short period of time, and so please feel free to contact us as per the association, Electric Vehicle Association. Feel free to contact everyone in the EV ecosystem is there in this association. You see our manufacturer, charge point operators, everyone is there. So just if you have something, business or whatever is related to electric vehicle, please feel free to contact us. So I think that's all for me. Thank you, everyone.
ขอบคุณค่ะ Thank you very much. A big round of applause. Such an amazing and interesting sections from Mr. Chantakorn, the representative from Electric Vehicle Association of Thailand. นะคะสำหรับในช่วงนี้เดี๋ยวเราขึ้น QR code อีกครั้งหนึ่งนะคะ another QR code for the conference survey นะเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยสำหรับใครที่สนใจนะคะสามารถที่จะพูดคุยรายละเอียดเพิ่มเติมนะคะเมื่อสักครู่นี้คุณชนกรนะคะจากทางสมาคมยานยนต์ไฟฟ้าไทยนะคะก็ได้พูดถึงเรื่องของความมั่นคงปลอดภัยทางไซเบอร์ในระบบนิเวศอีโคซิสเต็มนะคะของยานยนต์ไฟฟ้านะคะซึ่งจะแน่นอนว่าสำหรับประเทศไทยของเราเองเนี่ยนะคะก็ถือว่าปัจจุบันการใช้รถยนต์ไฟฟ้านะเป็นอันดับหนึ่งในอาเซียนด้วยนะคะแล้วก็รวมถึงนะคะในเรื่องของตัวความเข้าใจเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของระบบนิเวศยานยนต์ไฟฟ้าในประเทศไทยที่ทางคุณชนกรได้เล่าให้เราฟังได้เห็นภาพได้อย่างชัดเจนเป็นแบบองค์รวมมากขึ้นนะคะนอกจากนั้นก็ได้เรียนรู้วิธีการที่ผู้ใช้รถยนต์ไฟฟ้าทั่วไปสามารถที่จะปกป้องกันความปลอดภัยของตนเองพร้อมกับยังมีคำแนะนำต่างๆนะคะที่เป็นประโยชน์สรุปมาให้เราได้เห็นกันเมื่อสักครู่นี้ไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องของนะคะทั้งตัวผู้ใช้เองแล้วก็ผู้ให้บริการเองด้วยนะคะสำหรับการเปิดตัวผลิตภัณฑ์นะคะที่อาจจะใช้เวลาเร่งรีบนะคะรีบออกมาอาจจะส่งผลกระทบต่อมาตรฐานความปลอดภัยด้วยเพราะฉะนั้นก็จะต้องดูในเรื่องของความปลอดภัยเป็นหลักนะคะส่วนในเรื่องของการสร้างแผนการตอบสนองนะคะเพื่อลดผลกระทบจากการละเมิดความปลอดภัยเนี่ยก็สามารถที่จะมีการส่งต่อส่งทราบหรือว่าเรียนแจ้งให้กับผู้ใช้ได้อย่างรวดเร็วแล้วก็ทันท่วงทีมากยิ่งขึ้นรวมไปถึงแล้วนะคะสำหรับเรื่องของการปรับปรุงนโยบายนะคะเพื่อยกระดับความปลอดภัยต่างๆเพื่อที่จะเป็นข้อกำหนดความมั่นคงปลอดภัยทางไซเบอร์ของทั้งสถานีชาร์จยานยนต์ไฟฟ้าเองแล้วก็จะช่วยป้องกันในเรื่องของการคุ้มครองนะคะทางกายภาพอีกด้วยเพราะฉะนั้นยังไงแล้วสำหรับใครที่อยู่ในแวดวงหรือว่าวงการหรือมีความสนใจนะคะเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของ electric vehicle ก็สามารถที่จะไปพูดคุยสอบถามที่ทางสมาคมได้เลยค่ะเดี๋ยวในหัวข้อถัดไปอันนี้จะเป็นเซสชั่นสุดท้ายแล้วนะคะเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยตอนนี้ใครที่อยากจะมารับฟังอยากจะให้ได้มานั่งยังบริเวณด้านหน้าเวทีนะคะของ Tech Stage นะคะซึ่งเราก็จะมารับฟังนะคะหัวข้อจากทางวิทยากรนะคะซึ่งเป็นคนสุดท้ายนะคะของเวทีของเราแล้วก็ในปีนี้อีกด้วยนะคะ